Hey everyone, it's Phoebe from Field and Forest Products. Today we're going to do something a little bit different and we're going to spend some time in my own yard to work on a soil regeneration soil building project. When the previous owners renovated this house, they threw all the scraps from the renovation into this side yard. And when they came to take away those extra scraps of siding and bricks and whatever they had thrown out here, they unfortunately took a lot of the soil with it as well. So today we're going to work on building up that soil. Wine Cap Stropharia has this incredible ability to turn woody material into a really rich organic matter. So instead of getting a truckload of soil in to fill the yard, I'm going to use the materials that were available to me, these wood chips and then Wine Cap Stropharia spawn, to really work on building up a rich soil environment. 2 years ago, I planted the front of my yard with Wine Cap Stropharia and about 3 to 4 inches of wood chips. And now, 2 years later, a lot of these wood chips has been converted into a rich organic matter.
How much soil am I trying to rebuild?
So we've leveled off from the highest point in the yard down to one of the lower points in the yard. And as you can see, we're going to try to rebuild about 8 inches of soil. The first step is going to be to lay down large sheets of cardboard just so we can smother my existing patchy lawn, and that way the wine cap mycelium will be able to run freely through the woody mulch. The wine cap will also be able to digest this cardboard, so you won't have any residual sheets of cardboard underneath your new organic matter. Also, this is just a really great way to recycle your cardboard.
Another reason we're trying to smother the existing lawn is because once the wood chips have converted into that loamy organic matter, I want to plant the area with some native grasses or other plants, and I don't want any interference or competition from the non-native lawn grasses that were seeded here. I aim to have some overlap on the edges of the cardboard to prevent any grasses from sneaking through. Now keep in mind that depending on the size of your area, this can take a lot of cardboard. Either stockpile it through the winter, or go around to local businesses and see if you can take some of the larger pieces off their hands. Once you have all the cardboard laid out, you'll want to soak it. It really cuts down on labor if you can set up a sprinkler, or in our case, we're actually just going to use a rainstorm. So we're using earth staples and bricks to keep the cardboard in place so that it doesn't blow away. You want the cardboard to be well saturated so that it doesn't rob moisture from the spawn.
So all of that cardboard we laid out last night is now nice and saturated. We actually had a few tornado warnings last night, so it's a really good thing that we either put bricks down or earth stapled that cardboard into the earth just so it didn't blow away. You can also see a few areas that have some pooling, some nice puddles on it. I'm actually going to poke a few holes in that cardboard just so it can drain, because wine cap doesn't like it to be extremely wet. It might oversaturate and suffocate that mycelium. So we're going to go ahead this morning, take the earth staples out, drain some of that water. Then we're going to put the wine cap spawn onto the cardboard and then cover it with wood chips, and then let the wine cap do its thing for the next several months. So I measured out the yard, and it is approximately 20 by 46 feet. So we're looking at about 920 square feet. I definitely calculated the math before I put this on video, so I'm not actually that good at math. So that 920 square feet, how much wine cap should we use? One bag of wine cap we usually recommend for a project like this does about 50 square feet. So that calculates to a little north of 18 bags of wine cap. I'm just going to round up to 20 bags just because that area that has about 8 inches of wood chips, that's going to take a really long time. So we're going to inoculate a little bit heavier in that area to kind of speed up that, that digestion process of that wine cap. Try to get more wine cap in that area so that it can turn those wood chips into organic matter faster.
After sprinkling the spawn onto the cardboard, you'll want to cover it with wood chips. Can note that you can put the spawn directly onto the cardboard as long as it's nice and saturated. Look at how well it caught onto this cardboard. Depending on the size and depth of your area, this could take a lot of wood chips. I used 2 pickup truck loads of mixed species chip that we caught on the way to the landfill. If you contact your local arborist, you can oftentimes get free or reduced priced wood chips. Another good resource is a company called Chip Drop. But keep in mind that they don't give you a timeline for delivery, and you may not receive wood chips in the season you request them. But hey, they're free, so it's definitely worth a shot. A note on species. At Field and Forest Products, we've done a lot of testing with Wine Cap on various wood chip types, and we have yet to find something that doesn't work. That being said, we haven't tried every single tree out there, so if you have questions on a certain wood chip type, either drop it in the comments below or give us a call. It's also helpful to do this in stages, only scattering as much spawn as you can get to in a reasonable amount of time to prevent the spawn from drying out on the cardboard. I'm going one bag at a time, or about 50 square feet at a time, and covering it with wood chips as I go.
All right, we are at the point of this where we are at that section of the yard that they took a major part of the soil out of. That section that we measured out, that was about 8 inches in depth. We were doing about 2 inches of wood chips, and progressively we've been getting deeper and deeper until this point
where we're trying to build back those 8 inches. This is the area that we're also going to use more spawn in order to try to speed up that conversion process of wood chips to organic matter. As with all mushroom cultivation, the more spawn you use, the quicker you'll see results. In our case, because we're trying to level out the yard, we're also using strings and stakes as leveling guidelines. Another note on why I chose to use this method instead of just reseeding the lawn. The first reason we already covered, and that these were available resources, and it also kept the wood chips out of the landfill. But second is we have 2 dogs, and they would tear up a freshly seeded lawn so quickly. Just wanted to note this to let people know that Wine Cap is pet friendly, and your household pets will leave it alone. However, keep in mind that chickens have a tendency to peck away at mycelium, so keep that in mind if you have a flock, and you might want to take a little bit of extra precaution to protect your pets.
All right, everyone, so we do have this entire backside area now mulched in with wood chips along with that Wine Cap Stropharia. It ranges in depth from anywhere from 1 inches along the sides or the fences to 8 inches in that area that we're really trying to build up the bulk of that soil again. The great thing about this project is that really anyone can do it who's looking to improve their soil. All you need is some wood chips, some Wine Cap. If you have cardboard you want to get rid of, this is a great way to do it. And it can be done pretty much any time of year. You know, anywhere from 40 degrees to 80 degrees, you can really work on this project. So depending where you are, we're in northeast Wisconsin and the upper peninsula of Michigan. And we're doing this now in mid-June. Probably we'll get some Wine Cap fruiting in the fall of the year. Stay tuned for any updates as far as mycelium run and fruiting bodies. We'll be posting them regularly as they occur. And if you have any questions or comments, drop them below, and stay tuned for updates. Thanks for watching.